I'm back again. Is everybody proud of me? 2 videos within a short amount of time. I'm going to do, because I did do the poems and story on my iPad, I'm going to react to Notebook Story 1. See that? See that? You see it? You see? You see? I'm not going to show you too much, but I'm going to react to that and see how the story within the story, like the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 pages of this. Although a front and back isn't even a full page when I go to write it on Word, because I am transferring it from this to that. I think I talked about how, the personal level in the other video. I don't remember. It was a while ago. But, well, actually I think it was 2 days ago. Whatever. I'm going to... Oh my god. I can't decide how I want my hair. Give me just a second. I'm figuring it out. Okay. Okay. I'm going to read, and we're going to see how this works. My name is James Michael Copeland, he said, approaching me and holding his hand out for the girl next to me. May I have this dance? No cute girl should be left alone at a dance when 2 schools decide to get together for a dance. Yes, you may. My name is Mariah Ellis Kennedy, she said, like every other stuck-up snobby girls that I went to school with in an all-girls school. Meaning everyone at the school, but me, is a stuck-up snob. Let's get real. I'm the realest girl here. My school is called Lincoln West Prep, and the boys went to a school called Sutton Prep. We're in the same town. Why they're 2 different names, I don't know. The only reason I even showed up to this mandatory dance was to help with character building for my stories in English class with Mrs. A, or Mrs. Argent, as her full name is, but I have permission to call her Mrs. A. And I agree that my male characters seem to perfect in my stories. So, I'm coming out to the mandatory dance to see how boys really are. And my mom thinks going to this school, I'll get a boyfriend. She doesn't agree with me and Mrs. A that my stories need a little bit more realism for the boys. As if any guy would want me. Maybe I should go tell Mrs. A my stomach hurts so I can go home and watch American Horror Stories. Coven, finally, I muttered to myself. And just as I was working up the courage to ask you to dance, Mrs. American Horror Stories, a voice said behind me. I asked MJ to be a pal and asked Miss Awful to dance so I can talk to you to dance, and this is the thanks I get. Well then, he continued after I whirled around to look at Mr. Gorgeous. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think anyone was close enough to hear me say that. And she still is awful, but her name is Mariah Ellis Kennedy, I rambled. Well, my name is Parker Nash Jennings, he said in a mock prep voice. And yours is? Sarah Ann West. I responded with a chuckle at his obvious joke. Well, Sarah, would you like to continue your plan or would you like to dance with me? He held his hand out in the proper asking position along with his stature. Decisions. I've joked, making the hands balancing motions. Yes, I could give my butt a break from sitting on it for a while, I said, taking his hand in mine, using him to pull myself into a standing position. only for my 2 left feet to cause me to trip into him and make our noses touch. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm such a klutz. Damn feet, why can't you just cooperate with me for once? I growled to myself. Well, I'm glad you're a bit of a klutz. My middle name really should be Klutz. I can't do any other kind of dance other than the 2-step. Or that, or something Cupid like the Cupid shuffle. He chuckled, holding me in the position I landed in. A male voice cleared the throat next to us. Parker just turned his head to the smile and smirked at the voice and said, "Yes, Mr. King?" "You two have been too close for too long, Mr. Jennings and Miss..." He cut off, not knowing my name. "I'm sorry, sir. I tripped over my feet. And ultimately, the rules about distance slipped my mind as we talked about being klutzes. I accept responsibility for this," I said, after untangling myself from Parker. "My name is Sarah Ann West. If you need to, report it to my headmistress." I bowed my head and clasped my hands together in front of me. "No need to do that, Randall. This would be the first offense that Sarah would commit, and also the first dance she's attended," as I said. "This would help her writing abilities on her male characters," Mrs. A said, some coming up from behind me and Parker. "And why do you think she should escape from this offense when letting children off on the first offense makes the second offense worse than the first, more violent, or dangerous than the first?" He seemed to sneer at me. "Because she's not a boy that would do such things. She is the only student in Legal West Prep that is real, honest, and open about her thoughts. Besides, if that does happen, I will take responsibility of her downfall. Although you seem to be more interested in punishing her and not him, even with her accepting the responsibility. Why is that, Randall King?" she asked him in a tone that I recognized. She had used it against Jasmine Rose Watson when she turned in a story about having intimate relationships with the husband of a fellow teacher, which was later confirmed, but she was 18 when the relations began. Nothing happened. I didn't think that far in advance, Rosalind. "I apologize for my tone and aggression, Miss West," he said in a tone that you'd expect out of an 8-year-old for being told off. "Apology accepted, Mr. King, as I do understand your direction and own..." I paused, searching for the correct word. "Mistake, as it proves you're human and not a robot or alien, if they exist, that is." I nodded as I finished my sentence, proud of myself. "Are you sure you aren't an alien, as your wording and mannerisms might suggest?" Parker asked me, smirking. "I can neither confirm nor deny, as I am adopted and my biological family history is unknown. At this moment in time, Parker Nash Jennings," I winked at him, then, unable to control myself, busted out laughing. "Well, that explains my draw to you," he said, as an even cuter smirk on his face. "The attraction to the unknown." We bust into giggling fits, Mrs. A joining in. "I'm confused. What's so funny?" Mr. King said. It'll make it lose its hilariousness if I even tried to explain it," Mrs. A said after we had calmed down from our fits. "All right, she's your responsibility then, Rosling," Mr. King said to Mrs. A, then walked away. That's the story within the story. Reacting to it, it makes no sense. No sense at all. Not a single bit of sense. I don't know. Maybe you guys think it's good. Maybe not. I'm typing it out onto Word. And who knows? Maybe it'll actually come of something today. This time. But for now, it makes no sense to me. So if you guys like it, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. One thing I forgot to include in my last video was go ahead and comment below if you like it, what you think about it, if you want to hear the next part that I have written for it, or if you think it's complete and utter trash. Go ahead and subscribe if you guys like these kinds of videos. go ahead and watch all the other videos that I have posted, which, long time in between all of them, but you'll see the difference between then and now. I might even read some of the stories that I have read, that I have on my computer. But we'll have to see. We'll get there. But for now, bye. Oh, I forgot to include. Just remember, you can survive anything if you remember to breathe.